Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining us on this busy Thursday afternoon. There's a lot going on right now. We realize that. So, obviously, every minute spent with us, we want to maximize. And the goal is everyone walks away with nuggets that you can literally change your practice with. That's the name of the game. Make sure you're jotting down notes, questions, comments. We want to hear from you. We have that question box. Typically, it's on the right-hand side. It's going to be a pane that you can expand or minimize. But if my point is, make sure it's expanded. Number one, because we want you to ask questions as we go, and Andrew's going to do his best to answer every single person in real time. If we don't get to you, we'll get to you as soon as we're done. Also, this is really cool. So because it's the holiday time, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, all the above, right? What we're doing today is we're going to have our question of the day at the end. So right before 4 p.m. Eastern time, whoever answers first and correctly, we are giving you 30 free exclusive final expense leads, okay, on us, plus a Fire tablet. Okay, we have the new Amazon Fire 7 in stock, and then a prospecting book. So that's literally about $700 to $800 package, and we're going to announce the winner at the end. So with everybody online, we're going to tell you who won and what state they're calling in from. Okay, we'll also put it on our Facebook page, so make sure you like and comment on our Facebook page as well when we're done. But anyway, pay attention because the answer to that question is in the slides that we're all touching on today. Okay, so again, use that pane, that question comment box, and make sure you're jotting down a ton of notes because I want you to learn, especially when it comes Saturday or Sunday or next week. I don't want you to forget what you're going to learn today because it's unique. It's going to help you in the senior market space. So very important stuff. We have our guest speaker, Legacy Lisa, is joining us also. So she's going to come on in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. And the reason why we wanted Lisa to jump on and speak to our agents is because she is a professional in the senior market space when it comes to selling final expense, not with one carrier, with all carriers. Okay, think of Lisa as like a consultant, and she actually helped develop this turnkey sales platform that we're going to jump into today. So she is a excellent person inside and out, especially when it comes to final expense sales. So I think we're all going to walk away with nuggets, including me and Andrew. So this will be fun. Okay, what I also want to do real quick, if we can jump into the first slide here, and I think this is important. So, bottom line is we've seen a lot of shifts, a lot of changes in our industry. Okay, I've been in the business 23 years now. Carrie started the business in 1972, so 50 years, okay, 50 years strong, and I've been here about half that time. And the point is we have seen a ton of changes, okay, and I feel like in order for you to be successful, okay, and I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on, what your age is, what part of the country you're from, it doesn't really make a difference. To be successful, you have to innovate, right? And to innovate, you have to know what's hot, what's not, where you need to focus attention, resources, marketing dollars. Okay, it's very important. We had an agent come in here yesterday that bought the office lunch. He does it every year for the holidays. He's in his upper 70s, okay, and he's active on social media. He's using Facebook ads. He's all over the place. He's writing $1 million estate planning IUL policies, and he's writing, $62 a month final expense policies. It really doesn't matter. He takes it in as it comes, okay, and we help him. Obviously, we're the back office, but the point is you have to see the industry trends. You have to know where to focus your attention, right? Because that's where your audience is going, and you need to be wherever the audience is looking and going. So it's just sales 101, but final expense, and this is important that everyone understands, is basically it's a whole life product, okay? When you think of years ago, mortgage protection term, right? Mortgage protection was a very hot part of the industry. Whoever had mortgage protection leads, you were crushing it, okay? And we all know there's no special mortgage protection product. It was basically a non-med term. That's it, okay? It was just a little different spin. Final expense, same exact thing. It's a whole life product with a fancy hat on it, okay? Literally. It's a small whole life product that's used, right, for final expense, burial, right, that last wish planning, all the above. So in order to be effective out there, you have to understand the reasoning behind it. You have to know what marketing material is going to make the phone ring, right? What are your prospects going to see that's going to make them click, either, hey, I want to know more, or hey, I want a quote, or hey, I want someone to get back to me, right? And you have to be that agent that's out front, right? You have to be top of mind. So we're going to show you what's available, what you can market, how you can create the sizzle. We're going to share some new technology that's available to you. We are going to talk about everything you need from A to Z to be successful in the final expense senior market space. And that includes products, okay, technology. We have a database. We have co-op lead programs. We have a free scholarship program. We call it the ultimate door opener. We're going to show you how that works, okay? We have legacy safeguard, legacy armor, okay? Literally 24 different bullets, okay, that make Levinson and Associates unique or different in the space, okay? You say, well, Bill, why should I work with you? I get Facebook messages every day and emails and marketing pieces, and they're telling me I can get 172% commission. Why should I work with Levinson? And we have 24 bullets, reasons why we're going to show you in a minute. And before we do, okay, this is another big one. Again, I don't care if you're, let's say you've been doing this for 57 years and you're working out of Naples, Florida, or you started 3 months ago out of Sacramento, California. Doesn't make a difference. Here's what's important. Let's look at the screen in front of you, left-hand side. There is no better career path right now than the insurance business, folks. And here is the proof in the pudding. Third quarter earnings just came in from LIMRA. Okay, it's final. And guess what? Life insurance premium was up again, double-digit growth. Okay, you are in the driver's seat here. Okay, and it's up to you how big or small you're going to make this. Okay, the opportunity is there. It's right in front of your eyes. This is a LIMRA statistic. It's a fact. Okay, let's move over to the right side. This was another article. Look at the headline here. COVID spurs biggest rise in life insurance payouts in a century. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that tell you? What it tells me is families around this country finally have opened their eyes to say, I need life insurance. Okay, and you, the agent, have to be top of mind. You have to be the go-to that these people call to say, hey, I need a quote or tell me about a product. So anyway, proof is in the pudding. And by the way, this is 2 examples of articles that are facts, by the way. Okay, but there's hundreds right now. Just go to Google and just type in life insurance COVID. Okay, and you're going to see what's going on out there. It's crazy. And by the way, it's whole life, it's term, it's IUL, it's UL. It doesn't matter what part of the industry you're focused on, because all corners are blowing up right now. And again, you have to be at the forefront. Let's jump in to the next slide here. 24 reasons why we are different. Okay, and again, I don't want to sit here and say, oh my gosh, we're the best IMO in the world and you should only be working with us. No, we get it. It's okay. If you want to place some contracts with us and you want to use another IMO for another contract or two, totally fine. We don't handcuff our agents. Okay, there's a lot of fluff right now going on in the industry, especially when it comes to final expense. I'm talking horror stories, folks. I mean, lawsuits are happening almost every day now, okay? There's these MLM pyramids. I'm not going to name any names, okay, where you, the agent, are 27 and a half layers under a GA, who's 10 layers under a BGA. Okay, and by the time you need something from the home office, you might not even get it, or B, you might not even be the agent of record. I'm hearing about stories where you, the agent, are writing, let's say, clients or prospects, and the agency is the agent of record, which is ludicrous. Okay, what does that mean? That means you're basically a referral source for the agency. A year later, your client calls you to say, Bill, I need to change a beneficiary. Okay, and you call the home office, they don't even know who you are because you're not appointed with the carrier in AOR with that specific policy. There's horror stories. I had a guy 2 days ago tell me, Bill, I don't want to name the company, but he says, Bill, I'm with this company and I'm getting 132% and you need to match it. Okay. Well, sure enough, I look at the commission grid. Sure, it's one overpriced simplified issue product that's 132%. The rest of the products are 60, 70, 75%, the competitive products. So they're using that hook to get people in the door. They're not telling you the rest of the story until it's too late in your contract and you want to release. And they say, Bill, there is no release available until 1 year is up and you're handcuffed. So anyway, I wish I had 2 hours to tell you the stories that I hear, but it's mind-boggling. Okay, I'm telling you right now. So if you're working with us, great. If you're working with a competitor, that's fine too. But make sure you have this stuff in writing and you're getting the real story, the facts. Okay, not the small print. Very important. I've seen commission grids from 16 years ago, and they say, Bill, I was offered this level. Can you match it? From 16 years ago. Can you imagine? I mean, the craziest stuff's going on right now. So anyway, again, I don't want to rant. Get the facts. Real quick, I want to explain the 24 reasons why you should be working with us. We're not just a final expense shop that popped up 3.5 years ago, right? That we're going to market free leads and your 22 layers under a GA. No, family owned and operated since 1972. So yes, we've been involved in whole life. Okay, call it final expense. Okay, for 30, 40, 45 years now. It didn't just come up. This wasn't a great idea that I came up when I was showering a week and a half ago. Okay, this is our focus. This is what we do. Okay, market, service, agents for life insurance, period. We have a complimentary turnkey legacy safeguard marketing platform Lisa's going to dive into today. We have Legacy Armor. This is awesome. This is like think of a old school 1985 Bank of America safe deposit box you would walk into and keep a copy of your life insurance policy in your vault. Okay? Same concept, but everything is online secure. It's a vault that you give to your client. Okay? If you're in the program, it's free, and they can keep, let's say, a copy of their policy, passwords, pictures, anything that they want their beneficiaries to see or access upon their passing is going to be in this secure vault. Okay, and guess what? Every time the client goes in the vault, they see your name and your picture. Okay, Bill Levinson, the local life insurance agent, provided this. Okay, you talk about a referral source. This is genius. Okay, we have a mobile app with just about everything that we offer that you can access 24/7. We have the ultimate door opener products, okay, that are exclusive just for senior market sales. We have the only, and this is important, the only final expense product that's 100% on a direct-to-consumer platform where you, the agent, still get paid commission and you're the agent of record, AOR, no referral fees here, okay? We have the only scholarship program that's free for you, free for your consumers, available with most final expense companies. Now, you're talking about seniors, grandparents. Think about this. They buy a product from you, and you give their grandchildren 1 free year of tuition, 440 colleges in the country. Okay, do you think anyone's going to beat you to the sale? Never. Okay, leverage these opportunities. We have a training platform, final expense experience, final expense quoting engine with a built-in health analyzer. Most of this stuff is free. Client-facing retail website with a quoting engine. This is just for consumers, okay, where they can go on and quote themselves and sign up. over 100 final expense products to choose from, up to a 12-month advance available with certain carriers. And yes, you do have to qualify. Okay, very important stuff. 7 different co-op lead programs. Okay, we have mailers, we have exclusive leads, we have second chance leads starting at just $3. Okay, there's no referral fees, like I said, probably 6 times already. Very important. This is not a MLM pyramid scheme here. Okay, you are direct with us, who's direct with the company. That's it. If you want to create a downline, by all means, we will support you. And of course, you get online access to you and your entire downline 24/7. Okay, 100% independent, even though this seems like a captive turnkey type of platform. Nope, you're still 100% independent. You don't have to answer to anyone. And if you want a release, as long as there's no debit or chargebacks that haven't been settled, we give it to you in writing, day one. Okay, on-demand training library, we have sales scripts, all the above. The agency building opportunity with the tracking tool, that's what I just spoke about, gives you full access to you and your entire downline's business. So yes, if you want to build multiple layers under you, that would be wonderful, by all means, and we'll support you and of course your downline as much or as little as you would like us to be involved with. We have a proprietary E&O policy that's all done online instantly, $395. This is important. Now, I know there's a lot of companies out there and they're saying, hey, come work with us. We give you 222% commission, and here's the 800 phone number to the insurance company. Good luck. No, with us, yes, you can call the company, but there's also 22 people here that are here to help you, service you, track your business, manage your business. Okay, basically, you get the lead, you make the sale, we take it from there. Okay, everything from A to Z. We have a senior market prospecting database with millions of prospects all over the country. Okay, you can literally put in, let's say, ages 55 to 70 and this zip code and this household income, and the system will spit out names, numbers, emails, addresses, so then you can market to this database. Really cool stuff. Social media marketing solutions. We have a turnkey platform available. We have videos you can use for Facebook ads. We have templates we can co-brand for you. Like I said, everything from A to Z, okay? If you're a veteran and you're crushing it in the final expense world, I can guarantee we have something that's going to help you do even better for 2022. If you're brand new, well, I mean, come on, 24 options that will literally take you from green to veteran. If you focus, I would say in 12 to 14 months, you'll be off to the races and doing great. Just in senior market, by the way, okay? Co-branded resource center, we put a bunch of stuff together just for you, our agents. On 23, none of that co-branded material videos. We don't charge you for anything as long as you're active with us. Then, let's face it, senior market, you're going to have a lot of consumers, right, that aren't perfectly healthy, where you're going to need a guaranteed issue or virtually guaranteed issue option. Well, we have that as well with term and whole life. So my point is, you will never have a consumer or prospect that you don't have a product for. Okay, we're going to have something for you to offer. I promise you that. It might be more expensive, okay, but we will have a backup plan for you. Okay, let's jump right in here. And this is probably the most important slide of today, and the reason why is because it's all about giving back. And because of our agents, because of our employees, we were able to have a record year in giving back through Toys for Tots 2021. And again, without you all, this would never happen. That was me with a firefighter and giving our toys, and all the employees made donations. We also wrote a check because we're a sponsor for 2021. And again, record year for us. Thanks to you all. Each and every one of you allowed us to make this happen, and it means the world to us. This is all going to underprivileged families and children across the country. Okay, so thank you once again. My hat goes off to each of you, because for the third time, this would never be possible without you all. Let's jump right into our feature presentation. Okay, we have a personal friend of mine and a pro in the senior market space. Legacy Lisa is here joining us, and we're going to jump right into her presentation. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and take notes. Lisa?
Well, you know, as always, I'm so overwhelmed with Bill's presentation that I find myself just so geared into what he's saying that I forget that I'm supposed to talk.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
And, you know, if Bill was not on this phone right now, I would say this. This is my favorite group of folks to talk to. Bill and his team is so amazing. They are so dedicated to the agents that work with them. He is so dedicated to the clients. He's so dedicated to the community that I am overwhelmed just by the dedication and compassion that he has for the work that he does. So, I mean, I'm gonna get to work. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much for that, Lisa.
Well, so I'm gonna get to work now and get going with my presentation. So again, thanks, Bill, for inviting me here today. Today, what we're going to do is that we're going to cover 3 different carriers. We've chosen these carriers because each one has an aspect to their products that are especially good for you, the agent, and especially good for the client. And then we are going to dive down into the sales system of Legacy Safeguard. Bill talked a little bit about that earlier, and that's where I get my name, Legacy Lisa. But we're going to dive down into Legacy Safeguard to help you see how that's going to be a real value add for you, for your client relationships. And at the same time, it's going to offer you a great opportunity as an agent to generate leads and benefit from the marketing system that costs you $0. So why final expense insurance? Bill talked about this a little bit too. So 100% of Americans are going to need it, whether they're going to need it to pay for their final expenses, whether they want to leave a legacy gift for their loved ones, or a combination of both. And there has never been a better time to be in this space. Not only are the baby boomers populations increasing at a rapid rate, but if anything that COVID has taught us last year, and of course it continues, that life is unpredictable. And your clients need you. They need you to be that trusted advisor that is there when the phone rings, or there when they hear about a life event that's occurred, or just there when they need someone to talk to that can help them make the decisions that they need to be able to make. And some of those are hard decisions, but you're that trusted advisor that your clients need. And the products that we are going to talk about today are definitely the ones that need to be in your tool bag, because we're going to be focusing on helping these families prepare for one of the toughest days of their life. So today we're going to start off with the CVS Ascendo product, which is underwritten by Aetna. So the Aetna, it's going to be on the Ascendo paper, but it's an Aetna product. And where this is especially good for agents is that as soon as you sit down with a client and you talk about Aetna or CVS, everybody's heard of them, because nearly 70% of Americans live within 3 miles of a CVS pharmacy. That's a part of their daily routine, their weekly routine. It's CVS. So that's an easy product to talk about. Some of the highlights of Ascendo is, and how it can add to your bottom line, is that Ascendo offers a super preferred rate. Some of you might already offer the MedSup products. Some of you might not. But if you do, this is just something to have in the back of your mind. If you offer the Ascendo final expense product to a client that already has the MedSup, they can qualify for a super preferred rate, which gives them 10% lower premiums than what they would get from just a general quote. But the good news is that's not subtracted from your commissions. So they get a better premium, and your commission stays the same. So it's a great thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind if you are one of those agents that do cross-selling. Another great thing about Ascendo is they pay commissions twice a week. Everybody likes to get paid, so that's a great option. They have an incredibly easy quoting process, and this is a huge one. Height and weight. For you guys that are in the market and you are working with various products, you know that some carriers used to not have a height and weight. They did not have that. But almost all of the carriers have added that back into their quoting process. The client still has to qualify for using that height and weight chart. That's not a part of Ascendo. They don't have height and weight to consider. They also have a very easy e-app process, which allows for electronic signatures. We'll see that a little bit more in a minute. They have a broad age range, and 40 is kind of common, 89 is not. So for your clients that are still in good health, but they need life insurance. I mean, just like what we talked about earlier, that with the COVID and some of the life events that we've seen happening in the last year and a half, you have clients and they're begging you, hey, give me something. Ascendo is a great place for them to land. They also have low face amounts. They can go down as low as $2,000, and they also have that Social Security option. So the product details, 40 to 89, like we talked about. You have your face amounts, 2,000 to 50,000, and then you see your age ranges there. They also have a great modified product that goes all the way up to 25,000. It usually kind of caps down for most carriers at 20, but you do have your $25,000 max for Ascendo. This is what their e-app process looks like. It's very, very simple to use. Some of them are a little bit more complicated, but when you log on to the website and to start your process, you'll see that it's very, very easy to use, just the way it looks on the page. And then you see you have for your signatures, and everyone is always really interested in the signature process, because a lot of the seniors get confused when they do that email signature, and you, for the agent, you have to send it to the client. You have to wonder if they're going to open it. Are they going to know how to sign it? This one is really easy because it can be signed with the security question signature. So your clients just have to go down, answer a few very easy security questions, and it's signed. Also, at the end of the application process, you have an instant decision. So really, really, really easy process. So some takeaways for Ascendo, just for some notes. You have your 10% super preferred rate for if you have your clients that have the MedSup product. Everyone knows CVS. Everyone knows Aetna. You have your age range all the way up to 89. You have your Social Security draft. You have no height and weight. You have your signature options for answering security questions for signing off on, and your point of decision at the end of the app process. So those things are why we really feel like of the carriers, the Ascendo product, CVS product, is really a good one for the tool bag. Okay, let's move on. This is a one-of-a-kind product. This is Great Western. So Great Western, they actually have two products on one application. For today, we're going to just highlight really the guaranteed issue product, which is their guaranteed assurance. The reason I really wanted to highlight this one is because there are guaranteed issue products out there, and you have those options, and you need to have them. But there are no products for guaranteed issue that start at age 40. You guys that are in the field, you know you are seeing it more and more and more. You have these folks that cannot qualify for benefits. They cannot get insurance because they have some kind of medical condition that excludes them from coverage, and they're just in a mess. But at the end of the day, they still need help. So for your clients that are 40 years old, all the way up to 80, you can write them with Great Western. They have no health questions. Everybody qualifies. So this is one that you need for your tool bag. Also, for this product, it goes all the way up to $40,000. A lot of people want more than $25,000 in coverage, like all of the other guaranteed issue carriers offer. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll stack those policies. They'll take 25 from here and 25 from there, and they'll try to stack them to get more coverage. What happens with that is it gets super expensive. They can't pay the premiums, and they drop off the books, and then they don't have any coverage, and then they're in a mess. But what was here with this product, you have the ability to write premium policy sizes all the way up to $40,000, and that is huge. So that's one of the reasons that we really wanted to highlight Great Western, because you won't find any other guaranteed issue that goes down as low as age 40 or as high as 40K. Another thing that's really nice about Great Western is all of their policies are completed online. All of them are through the My Enroller portal. Super easy to get contracted, super easy to get your writing number. Go on, create an account on My Enroller. You can jump on and do all of your policies online. Goes in clean, very quick issued, very, very easy. It also is great for when you're meeting with clients. If you are the agents that do go out in the field, you're meeting with clients and you're sitting and you don't have an internet connection. You can download the application to your desktop, to your laptop, tablets, where you can go on, do your app online, and then when you get back to the office, you're getting your car, wherever you have access to the internet, you can upload that and send it straight in. So really makes it easy and convenient for you to use the My Enroller app and take care of your clients. They also have the voice signature available that everybody wants. And it is so fast and easy. Another thing that's really nice about Great Western is they have some incredible marketing material, and everything is free. Everything is free to you. All you have to do is jump on the GWIC.com portal and order it. For those of you that work in the Spanish market, all of the materials are available in Spanish. Not very many carriers carry this Spanish materials. Great Western has some very nice materials in Spanish. They have some really cool brochures. They have flyers. They also have Facebook and newspaper ads that are very nice. So I encourage you to get on the portal, and you can view these. You can download them so you can use them instantaneously, or if you want to jump on there and order them for delivery, it's completely free to you. So takeaways from Great Western. There's two products. We really just highlighted the one of them. If you talk to any of your marketers at Levinson, they can help kind of acclimate you to the other product. But this is the one that you will use most, the guaranteed issue. Issue age is 40 to 80. You also have that option of $40,000 policies if your clients need them. Really easy app. You can download the application. You don't need internet in order to use it. They have voice signature. They have some incredible marketing materials. They also do accept power of attorneys. A lot of your guaranteed issue do not accept power of attorneys anymore. Great Western does. Okay, let's move on. we are going to move on to Mutual of Omaha. Now, Mutual of Omaha is a tried and true carrier. They have been around with us for a very long time. Talk about name recognition. Any of your clients in the senior market all grew up watching Wild Kingdom. So you are definitely not going to have to talk about a product, where it is when you've got Mutual of Omaha's name in the mix. So Mutual of Omaha is a fabulous product. Price point, you can't beat it. Really, really good price point. Their issue ages 45 to 80. Their face amounts 2,000 to 40. And then they have their graded plans 45 to 80, 2,000 to 20,000. So you can meet the needs of any of your clients in there. They also have a great e-app process. It is really easy to use. It's basically the same one you'll use for any of these products. You can log on through iGo. You can access all the forms you need. Through their app, you can track your app start to finish. You can stop and start. You can pull it up. And you also have your instant decision underwriting. I think that's also really important because, everybody wants to know at the end of their process, are they going to be covered or not? Right. Also, Living Promise, Mutual of Omaha has some really, really nice marketing pieces. I wish I had the postcard picture on here. For some reason, I don't know why it's not on here, but I'll just talk about it briefly. Mutual of Omaha has a postcard that is free for agents to order. You pick your demographic, you pick your ages, and you also pick your range of face that you want. And you can choose what you want to put on there. You can order up to 1,000 of those at a time. It costs you nothing. Mutual of Omaha is also going to print your name on it, your address, your agent number. All of that is going to be printed on there. It's kind of in this green color scheme, kind of like what the brochure looks like on here. It's very nice. It's a very slick piece, and it looks great for mailing. A lot of people that use Mutual of Omaha's Living Promise they can use this kind of as a lead piece. So you can choose who you want to mail it to, mail it out, and then call them back. Hey, did you get the piece that I sent you? I'd love to come by and talk to you. Or you can mail them all out at one time. I mean, you're in the driver's seat. You can order 1,000 of these every 6 months. You can change your face amounts. You can change your age ranges. You're in the driver's seat. You make it yours. But it's a great piece that everyone needs to take advantage of that works with Living Promise. And again, you can order them online, and I still can't believe that Mutual of Omaha does this. It's such a huge company. But you can call their sales support line and you can actually talk to someone, which who does that anymore? But someone picks up the phone in their marketing department and you can say, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about these postcards? Or can you tell me about the brochure? And you can order those. They ship them to you absolutely free. So those things are great. Everyone needs to take advantage of them. Also, something Mutual of Omaha is doing that's new is Mutual Perks. So whenever anyone receives their policies from Mutual of Omaha, they're now going to be able to have access to some of these really cool programs here. Some coupons and discounts, medical alert service, health and fitness program. You see all these things. So whenever the clients get their policy, they're going to see how they can access all of the Mutual Perks. That's new. It's new to Living Promise. They had these on some of their older products, but now they're offering them to their final expense. It's really, really an awesome piece. One thing I will tell you, it's not on the slide, but I want to make sure everyone knows this. And this is something that was really kind of big during COVID. Mutual of Omaha, to pay off a claim for a policy when someone passes away, as long as the policy is under $25,000, a death certificate is not required. So if someone passes away, the beneficiary, all they have to do is call Mutual of Omaha and give them their beneficiary information and give them either the funeral home or of the hospital that was working with the insured, and they will pay that death claim without a death certificate. That's huge. When you're talking to your clients, especially during COVID, that was one of the concerns. Is I have this policy. My family member has passed away. How long is it going to take to get the policy paid? And Mutual of Omaha does a great job of getting that out to their clients' families really, really quickly. Okay, we're going to move on. Those are the three carriers. And at the end, if anybody has any questions, we can certainly go over those. But we're going to talk about now, and this is where I get my name, Legacy Lisa. This is something that I'm really, really passionate about, because I've worked with Legacy Safeguard for about 13 years. I'm passionate about it because I know the power of it. I know it works. I know it helps people. And the reason I know it helps people is because I'm one of those advisors. I've been a Legacy Safeguard advisor for about 13 years, and I've worked directly with these clients, and I've worked with the families, all hours of the days and night. And we'll get in here and we'll talk about how you enroll your clients. But just as a kind of an overview, I want to talk about Legacy Safeguard for the agent and then what it does for the clients. We're going to do this kind of in reverse because we're going to talk about the clients first. So for your clients, it is a comprehensive legacy planning and end-of-life planning service to help them leave a lasting legacy. And then for you, the agents, it's a turnkey sales system, and we're going to get down into that sales system and tell you how it's going to help you increase your sales and your persistency and your face amounts. So the Legacy Safeguard benefits and membership. So how are you going to do this? I'm going to show you how you're going to enroll your clients in a minute, but I'm going to tell you about it first. So you're going to enroll your clients in Legacy Safeguard. I'll show you how to get the form in a minute. So when you enroll your clients in Legacy Safeguard, they're going to get a member packet in the mail. And in that member packet is a card. That card has a phone number on it that's answered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And sometimes it's answered by me. And what that does is that when one of the Legacy Safeguard members passes away, their family members can call Legacy Safeguard, and then me or one of my teammates are going to help that family really whatever they need. And I'll tell you a little story that happened so you can kind of see how this works and to kind of make it real. So about a week ago, on a Saturday afternoon, about 5 o'clock, my Legacy Safeguard phone rang, and it was a lady on the phone. And the lady on the phone just said, "Can you help me?" She had the most monotone voice, but in the back of it, her voice was kind of quivering. And I said, "Well, absolutely. This is Lisa with Legacy Safeguard. What can I do to help?" And she said, "I am lost." And I said, "What you okay? What can I do?" And she said, sorry about that. She said, "My niece was visiting a family member, and something very tragic happened, and she's dead." And she said, "My sister is recovering from breast cancer. She's in having chemo. She is sick as a dog. She can't do anything. I've got to help my sister. I've got to help my niece. And I said, whoa, okay. I said, okay, what do you need first? And we sat down and we just peeled the onion and looked at what first of all, her niece was in the coroner's office. She had not, we didn't know for sure if she was going to be released or how she was going to be released. She didn't have a funeral home. She didn't know. The family actually lived in Georgia. So she was going to have to get her to a funeral home. She was going to have to get her transported from that funeral home in Florida back to a funeral home in Georgia. She was going to have to figure out how they were going to pay for this. She was going to have to help her sister. I mean, it just went on. And to her, it was so overwhelming because not only had she lost her niece, but her sister was so sick and she needed help. And so, I said, well, you know what? Start giving me some phone numbers. So I got the phone number to the coroner's office, called the coroner's office, found out what she needed to be released, contacted the sister and said, okay, we've got that taken care of. Now we need to find a funeral home. And she said, I have no idea. And I said, well, okay, let me get on the phone and let me find some funeral homes in your area. So we started pulling up funeral homes. We found the funeral home. I made a call to the funeral home, told them what was happening, called her back to say, okay, we've got we can release her from the coroner's office to the funeral home. We started making arrangements to get her to Georgia, back to her family. We started planning, we started assisting them with the planning of the service. Now remember, funeral homes are for-profit businesses, and I'm not saying that's okay. Everybody deserves to make a profit. There's no problem with that. But sometimes, you never know what you're working with, and you want to make sure that your client is getting a good value for their dollar. And Legacy Safeguard can help work with the funeral home to make sure that the client is not being overcharged. Because, sometimes funeral homes have packages, and they have packages and they, they'll just charge you a kind of a one-stop shop. But when you can get into that, you can make sure that you're not paying for something that you don't need. So we were able to, help the family be able to determine what they wanted, for their service and what they were paying for and how that made good sense. We worked with the funeral home on helping with getting the families to, some of the families lived out of town, getting the families, to Georgia. We helped with locating hotel rooms. A couple of the family members needed rental car assistance. I mean, I guess at the end of it, the Legacy Safeguard person is an advocate for that client, because just like we talked about, these people were suffering. They were so sad. They were lost. They didn't know what to do. But calling Legacy Safeguard, providing the advocacy of Legacy Safeguard, there's no dollar value to that. And we were, and some of it was so big, I actually had to get some team members to kind of help with it. But we were able to save that family thousands of dollars and be able to help them take some of the burden off having to deal with some of those phone calls and helping them with this, one of the most difficult days of their life. And that's what you can do as an agent by enrolling your clients in Legacy Safeguard, is that you are providing an advocacy for them for a time that they don't even know how much they're going to need it. And, there's hundreds of stories, and, we are on a time frame today, and, we can't get into those. But, I'm happy, to jump on a call or provide to Andrew or any other team members at Levinson some of these other, these other situations where we've been able to save families thousands of dollars, help them in making some of those calls, taking some of the burden away from having to deal with a situation that they're not prepared for. And you can provide this service for your clients for nothing. It costs you nothing to help to enroll them in Legacy Safeguard, and it costs them nothing to be members. Once they're members, they're always members. And there are many other member benefits. We've got Celebrating Life events where you can send pictures into Legacy Safeguard, and they'll do a beautiful DVD. And it doesn't have to be for a funeral. It can be like, here's the holiday time. You can do, the Jones family holiday celebration. You can do whatever you want to. It's a free service. But and there's many other benefits that they'll get in their packet when they get their packet in the mail. But probably the biggest one, the one that's going to help your clients the most, is that advocacy of the legacy advisor when the family member passes away and that family is lost and needs the support the most. And I know I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about it because I've done it for so long, and I've seen it work. And I really hope that you, the agent, will take advantage of this and enroll your clients in Legacy Safeguard. And one of the ways that you're going to do this, and where you're going to get the enrollment forms and many, many other things that are going to help you as the agent, is by going on to www.legacysafeguarduniversity.com. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you access to Legacy Safeguard University. From there, you're going to download the enrollment form, which is a very simple enrollment form. It's going to have your client's name on it. It's going to have their address on it. It's going to have your name, your agent number on it. You're going to send it in the Legacy Safeguard, and then we're going to enroll them and mail them out their member packet. And that's where the card is and all the member benefits. But what that's going to do for you, the agent, is that you are going to get in the mail a new agent kit. And it's not that you're a new agent, but you're new to Legacy Safeguard. And it's going to give you some brochures. It's going to give you a DVD. It's going to give you a sponsorship form that we'll talk about in a minute. It's going to give you all kinds of materials in there where you can start meeting with your clients, and you're going to have some materials to use as you talk about it. Also on Legacy Safeguard, and this is probably the one that's used the very most, is these pre-approach letters. So what you can do with that, it's in a Word format. You can print those off and you can change it to say however you want. And it's a great way to mail out to current clients or even older clients that you want to go back to and talk to them about maybe a new product, maybe Legacy Safeguard. I'm sorry, it keeps jumping. Legacy Safeguard, or maybe you're just going to touch base with them. But that pre-approach letter is really nice. So as soon as you get on Legacy Safeguard University, take a look at that, download it, and play around with it, because it says something like, thank you so much. If you're this existing client, thank you so much for allowing me to work with you, for your final expense products for years. We have a new something that I want to talk to you about, Legacy Safeguard. I'd love to come by and visit and talk with you. But those are really nice pieces, and you'll want to jump on there and look at them. There's also direct mail leads, newspaper inserts. You can have seminars using Legacy Safeguard. There's a presentation DVD. There's all kinds of things on there to help you get started using this with this marketing system. It's very, very, very robust. There's a lot on there. So definitely take advantage of that. Log on, create the account so you can get that new agent kit. And And this is where we talk about use Legacy Safeguard as an appetizer or a dessert, because we just want you to use Legacy Safeguard. So we really don't care if you use it when you first go in and you sit down with your client and you tell them, you know, thank you so much, Mrs. Smith, for meeting with me today. And before we get started, you know, talking about, you know, our final expense or before we start talking about product, I want to tell you about a free service that we have. And, you know, I want to enroll you in this because I want you to have the advocacy of Legacy Safeguard. It's free to you. It does not cost you a dime. And really, you know what? It doesn't cost me a dime to offer it to you. But it's so good for you. It's so good for your family that I want you to have it. So you can do it that way at the first of your presentation, or you can use it at the end of your presentation. Mrs. Smith, thank you so much today. I'm so glad that we were able to agree on a product for you. I feel so good that your family is going to be covered. You're going to be able to cover your final expense, or you can leave this, you know, like we talked about, you wanted to leave something to your kids, and you're going to be able to do this with this. And as we wrap up today, I just want to make sure you understand about that you know about Legacy Safeguard, and I want to make sure we get you enrolled in that. And you can talk about, you know, all of the benefits of Legacy Safeguard and get them enrolled. But at the end of both of those, what's really it's great for you is this is a great way to get leads, because as you start talking about Legacy Safeguard and all those benefits that it offers, and you can tell stories and you know, you can talk about all of the ways that the families are going to be able to have the advocacy of Legacy Safeguard, you're going to say, you know what? I know we've talked about this, and this is such a great thing for you to have. You know anybody else in your family that you feel like that you want to make sure they have this same advocacy? And you can fill out all of these, you know, all of these names on this sponsorship form, and then that's just a lead generating system. And then you go to the next person, and you just continue to build that. But I'm telling you, especially when you start incorporating stories in this, and again, there's a lot of stories to tell how Legacy Safeguard has benefited clients. You're going to find that they're going to say, yeah, you know what? My neighbor next door, I think they could really use this because their kids live in another state. You know, I think they could really use this. Or, yeah, you know what? My sister needs this. Or whoever, but everyone needs this. And this is a great way for you to earn leads, and it does not cost you a penny. And that's what everybody always wants. How can I get leads? This is a great way to do it with Legacy Safeguard. And I'm looking at the time. It's 3 o'clock. I'm right on the money, and I will just pass this over now to Bill. I'm sorry, Bill, if you know me, I get passionate about Legacy Safeguard, and I can't be quiet.
Yeah, it's okay.
And that's the end here. If anybody has any questions, I'll be available.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, because we only we're running out of time. We're going to run about 3 to 4 more minutes here. But yes, reach out if you want to get started. You must be active first. You must have an active carrier appointment under Levinson to get started. So obviously, even if you didn't write an application, we can still get you started. So very simple, doesn't cost you anything. Just a few more things I'm going to highlight quickly, and then we're going to have our question of the day. We'll give out our 30 free exclusive final expense leads. So this part of our website in front of you, this is the final expense experience, and it's basically everything to do with the senior market final expense world at your fingertips, including an entire training and marketing library, okay, just for you. If you're brand new or you've been doing this for 60 years, doesn't matter. Next slide real fast is all of our final expense carriers. And keep in mind, each carrier we have for a reason, right? It's to cover a certain niche. And we feel like with all of our carriers and products, we left no open holes, okay? So we have you covered, again, from A to Z. All right, now what we did in front of you, and we're going to email this out in the thank you email today that will go to all participants. There's a little green asterisk and a red asterisk. Okay, so obviously green, direct to consumer. Red is the free scholarship, comes with those carriers' products, again, at no charge to you or your consumer. Okay, so again, those are our top core direct companies. Next up, we have, this is a little cheat sheet that will make your world so much easier, especially if you're selling over the phone. So if you want to know real fast, which company has e-app and voice signature, you know, who do I go to? How do I get started? Well, everything is in front of you, updated in real time. Very simple. The final expense quoting engine, we have a few different versions. So we have one that's available for you, our agent, to quote on the phone, on the fly. Then we have a consumer version that's built just for your clients to literally log on to your website and run a quote at 3 a.m., okay, to make everything simple, 1, 2, 3. Next up is our exclusive final expense leads that have the 20% guarantee. They start at $12. That guarantee is unheard of, okay? And again, these aren't perfect, but they work great if you're willing to put the time in and follow the directions that the vendor provides. We're giving out 30 of these in about 2 minutes. So hopefully you'll be the winner. Let's move forward real fast. This is our exclusive direct-to-consumer platform where we have 15 different products today. What this means in a nutshell, you can literally, okay, think about this. Sleep at 2, 3 a.m., have your consumer go in, run a quote, sign up online, get approved, print and save the policy. You wake up, full commissions and renewals on some products, and your agent of record. No referral fees, most important. Okay, the ultimate door opener. Now, this is a big deal because why you are the only agent that can offer this in this country unless you're a Levinson agent. And here's why. So let's say with Mutual of Omaha, you say, Bill, I want to move my contract over to you guys. Great. You get Legacy Safeguard, what Lisa just touched on, free. You get the scholarship program, free. You get Legacy Armor, okay? If you're enrolled in the program, you can give to your consumer, free, okay? So you can use different marketing angle strategies to drive people to you because no other agents have all of these platforms, right? Especially on a Mutual of Omaha final expense product. So check this out real quick. Ultimate Door Opener 101. This is a female, $25,000 of death benefit, okay, for only $98, okay? Now, can you imagine spending this to a senior, right, senior market, to say, hey, for your grandchildren or grandchild, you can pay for 1 year tuition, okay, and it's free. You're gifting it to your grandchild. Okay, so here you had the life insurance policy all along. Let's fast forward to year 19, right? We have a total of $12,000 of cash value, okay? You, the client, put in $22,000. Go all the way to the bottom right-hand side. Look at the total return, okay? So you put in $22,000 in change over 19 years. The total return in 19 years, $53,184 to be used for little Johnny's 4-year tuition. Plus, you still have a death benefit life insurance policy in force and the entire 19 years in case something happened. Okay, that is a win-win-win. I don't know a grandparent that's going to say no to that, and only available through Levinson. Next up is the podcast. I hope you're listening to my monthly podcast episodes. These are great. It's a great training tool. And again, it's free. Leave a comment on our Facebook page or your favorite podcast channel. I send you a free IUL prospecting book. That simple. Okay, future trainings. If you want to learn more about, let's say, the senior market database, you want to start to market to these seniors in your zip code or city or state, okay, every day of the week, 2 p.m., we have these live trainings, and they're all open forums, meaning you can ask questions. They're interactive. You can talk to other agents. So again, every day of the week. And then on the bottom, those are our weekly live training webinars, which is what you're on right now. The 16th and the 20th are, in fact, the last 2 of the year, and we're doing big giveaways as well. So if you don't win today, you get a shot on the 16th and 20th. Let's go to our last slide and our question of the day. And I know I ran a little late, and I apologize. So this is our Positive Tuesday quote. This is our way of marketing and getting our name out there to our agents, which you should be doing the same thing for your consumers and prospects, right? You want these people, especially right now, to think life insurance. Oh, Bill Levinson, the local life insurance guru. Well, that should be you, okay? Just an example. Don't listen to what we say, watch what we do. These past 2 years have presented all of us with uncomfortable and awkward situations. They have hopefully made us all stronger and allowed our internal growth. It's all about getting comfortable with uncomfortable, right? Because that's when real growth happens. Just ask your friend, partner, right? Just say, hey, when was the last time you were uncomfortable? And that's going to tell you how much they've grown recently. Because if they haven't been uncomfortable, there's no growth. So just remember that. Question of the day. Whoever answers first and correctly wins. We're doing a big one today, $800 package, okay? We're going to announce your name right now. You tell me, and make sure your little fingers are on your keyboard, okay? Because you got to answer in that question box. Don't text me or email me. You got to use that question box. Okay, tell me, how many bullets or reasons why I gave you to do business with Levinson for final expense in the senior market? Okay, I showed you a slide and there was a bunch of bullets on there, reasons to do business with us. Okay, how many bullets were on there? I said it 2 or 3 times what the number was. How many reasons why, or how many bullets did I list on that slide? Tell me the magic number, you win. Andrew, do we have a winner?
We do. Anthony L. Anthony L. from New Jersey, first to get it right.
Anthony from New Jersey. The answer was 24 reasons why, or 24 bullets, okay, of the ultimate differentiators to work with Levinson in the final expense space. Let's have a great Thursday, a great holiday season. Thank you again for joining and taking the time. Legacy Lisa was awesome. Andrew, thank you for DJing and handling all the controls. Let's have a great rest of the day. Great selling, and thank you again.